Hello! I got my post today, which was good. I got new insoles, which is nice and clean and new. My old ones are sort of worn out and torn and have sort of like imprints of my feet on them. Stuff like that. So you can see that they're pretty much, well, they're the same type and everything, so you can see that they're very, very different now because of how worn they are. I also got a book, A Monster Calls. This is my favourite author, Ness, at the moment. I've got his series, the Chaos Walking series. This is book 1, The Knife of Never Letting Go, and I really like it. It's good. Some of the pages are like they've got all the words all over the place and things like that, so it's quite different. And I think it's really good. So I thought I'd get another book of his, of all of them by the way. These ones as well. You can see they're in the same style of the words all over the place, but I've not read this one yet because, well, to be honest, I really liked it so much that I read the first 2 books, and then I thought after I read the 3rd book this trilogy will be over, and I didn't want it to be over, so instead of reading the 3rd book I just didn't read it. So I'm going to read that this year. So I'm going to do it. So then it'll be over, which will be sad, but I'll get to reread them and things, so it's good. I've got all of them and I like those. So he did that trilogy which I got, and then I found this book of mine, which is A Monster Calls, a novel by Ness, which is the same author, from an original idea by Siobhan Dowd. I've read a book by her in the past, I think, too, called, I think it was A Bog Child. I think that was her. Yeah. It says in the back that this book is illustrated by Jim Kay, who worked in the archives of Tate Gallery and the Royal Botanic Gardens in Kew. His images for A Monster Calls, this book, use everything from beetles to breadboards to create interesting marks and textures. I think that's really interesting because beetles and breadboards making these images that, you know, fill with a book. It's pretty good. You can't really see, I'm holding it the wrong way. I've only just received it, so I've not read this book obviously, but it's got images that go through it, like up and all over the pages, so almost every page by the looks of things has lots and lots of pictures, and if you take the cover off the book, there's images on the cover as well behind this. It says in the front cover, Ness spins a tale from the final idea of Siobhan Dowd, whose premature death from cancer prevented her from writing it herself. Darkly mischievous and painfully funny, A Monster Calls is an extraordinarily moving novel of coming to terms with loss from 2 of our finest writers for young adults. It's good. It's good that it mentions that it's for young adults as well, because this book, it says it's the winner of the Guardian's Children's Fiction Prize, but really I think this is a pretty adult book because it mentions violence, swearing, and at the beginning it mentions women topless, men thinking about women. I don't see how it is a children's book, to be honest. I mean, it might be. I mean, it's probably perfectly okay for a child to read this, but really I think it is pretty much a young adult or an adult's book. But I say this because I don't want adults to be put off this book just because there's children's there, and I find it really annoying when adults refuse to read books because they're children's books. I say this is not a children's book. Violence and swearing and women spoken of in that way. I don't see how it is. I think a lot of people should read it, but in a way I guess it's good that I don't know anyone who's read it though, because I don't like it when people try and ruin your favourite book. Yeah, it's good that it's just my favourite book, and then yeah, no one gets to pull it apart. But people should just be more open-minded about this type of thing. But yeah, I bought this book recently, I guess to treat myself, because obviously my dog died recently, and it says it's I read that bit inside part where it says it's about coming to terms with loss. I've not read it yet because I've only just received it today. Yeah, but that's basically. I probably would have bought it anyway at some point, but that's basically why I bought it, because I felt I deserved it. It's good. Some of these images look really, really good. But it's also interesting to know that he did them with beetles and breadboards and all sorts of weird things like that. Because then you look at the images and you think, oh, I wonder how it was done, as well as seeing it as an image. It wasn't just done on a computer, you know, put together. Things like that. It's just new book smell. Yeah, that's yeah.